something is off. You style your hair. You use the products. You follow the same routine you've always followed. And you still look in the mirror and feel like something is working against you. Not dramatically, just quietly, stubbornly, every single day. That feeling has a name. And it is not about your hair. It is about 4 specific choices you are making without knowing they are stealing volume, lift, and youth from your face every time. Here is what most women never hear. Thin hair after 50 is not the problem. What you are doing to it is. And one of the mistakes in part 3 has been aging your face by at least 5 years without you once suspecting it. You pay attention. You care. You are the kind of woman who does not give up. And that is precisely why this is still bothering you. You have been one piece of information away from fixing this for years. Here it is. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work immediately. Today we are covering 4 simple steps to stop styling your thin hair wrong. And by part 2 you will want to pause and rethink the product sitting on your bathroom shelf right now. I mean it. Part 1 is where most women realize the damage starts before they even pick up a brush. Part 2 holds the fix that takes under 60 seconds and changes how your hair reads from across a room. Part 3 covers the cut mistake that no stylist ever warns you about. And part 4 ends with the one finishing step that separates flat from full instantly. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. The root mistake you make before you even start. You have not even picked up a brush yet, and the mistake has already happened. This is the part most women skip entirely. Not because they are careless. Because nobody ever told them it matters. And it does. More than the products, more than the tools, more than anything else in this video. What you do in the first 90 seconds after washing your hair determines how the entire style lives and dies. This one truth, once you hear it, you cannot unhear it. Here is what is happening. Thin hair is fragile. Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, cumulative way. Every time you towel dry roughly, every time you flip your hair forward and scrub at the roots, every time you wrap your hair in a heavy cotton towel and leave it there, you are breaking down the cuticle layer of individual strands. And broken cuticles lie flat. Flat cuticles mean flat hair. Not from genetics. Not from age. From 30 seconds of habit. And that is just the towel. Let's go further. Once that towel comes off, many women immediately reach for a comb and drag it through wet hair from root to tip. Wet thin hair stretches. It does not bounce back the way it used to. Every drag of a comb through soaking wet fine hair causes micro breakage along the strand. And micro breakage adds up to the wispy, flyaway, won't hold a style texture that you have probably blamed on your hair type for years. Your hair type is not the villain here. Your routine is. Here is the fix. And it is so simple it almost feels unfair. First, when you step out of the shower, do not rub. Press. Take a soft microfiber towel, or even a clean cotton t-shirt, and gently press sections of your hair between your palms. No friction. Just compression. This preserves the cuticle alignment and leaves the strands smooth instead of ruffled. Second, do not comb wet. Wait until your hair is at least 70% dry before introducing any tension from a tool. Let it rest. Let it begin to find its shape without force. If you are still reaching for a heavy cotton towel out of habit, swap it tonight for a microfiber alternative. They cost almost nothing, and the difference in how your blowout holds is immediate. And if you have been combing soaking wet hair for 20 years, give it 70% dry time first. 1 week of this change, and you will feel the difference in how your hair moves. Honestly, this is the one I wish someone had whispered to me a decade ago. Before the products, before the tools, before any of it, this is where volume is won or lost. Coming up next, the product sitting on your shelf right now that may be the reason your hair never looks as full at the end of the day as it does when you start. Part 2, the product problem nobody talks about. Look at what is on your bathroom shelf right now. Not the products you bought last month. The ones you have used for years. The ones that feel like part of your identity, because you have been reaching for them so long they no longer feel like a choice. I want you to think specifically about your volumizing product. Spray, mousse, serum, whatever you use, and I want you to ask yourself one honest question. When did you last check whether it was actually formulated for fine hair, or whether you simply assumed it was because the packaging used a word like lift or body. Because here is what a stylist told me that stopped me completely. Most women over 50 with thin hair are using products designed for medium to thick hair that have been rebranded with volume language. And those products, even the good ones, are coating your strands with weight, not lifting them. This is silently pressing your hair flat from the inside out, and it is doing it every single morning. Here is what thin hair over 50 actually needs from a product, and it is different from what you may expect. You need something that coats each strand to give it the appearance of thickness, not something that fills in between strands and adds mass. The difference sounds small. It is not. Products that coat the strand, like lightweight volumizing mousses or fine hair-specific root sprays with a polymer base, make individual hairs feel and behave like they have more body. Products that add bulk between strands, like heavy serums, thick creams, or oil-based treatments applied to the lengths, press everything down and make the overall effect look heavier. Read this one down. Your hair does not need more product. It needs the right product in the right place. And the right place is the second part of this fix. Most women with thin hair apply their volumizing product from mid-length to ends, which is exactly where you least need it. The ends of thin hair are already the weakest, finest part. Adding product weight there causes them to clump together, separate, and lie flat. The root is where you need the product. Specifically the first 2 inches of hair growth from the scalp, lifted slightly away from the head as you apply. That is where volume is created. That is where lift begins. Everything after that can be left almost entirely product-free. If you are still using a heavy cream at the lengths, swap it for a lightweight fine hair mousse or root lift spray applied at the scalp only. The lengths can stay almost bare. The roots carry all the work. 1 bottle swap and 30 seconds of repositioning your application. And your blowout will hold differently. Not eventually, immediately. As for maintenance, check your products every season. Formulas change. Your hair changes. What worked at 55 may be wrong at 65. Staying curious about what is actually in your product is not vanity, it is precision. The next part has the mistake I see on almost every woman I meet. And it lives in the chair at your salon, not in your bathroom. It is the hardest one to talk about, but it matters most. Part 3. The cut that is working against you. I watched a woman in a salon chair last month. Stunning bone structure, perfect posture, silver hair that had real beautiful texture underneath. And she kept telling the stylist the same thing. Just clean it up. Keep the same shape. She had been saying those exact words for 3 years. She did not know those words were the reason her face looked heavier and flatter every single season. The cut is the foundation of everything. And for thin hair over 50, the wrong cut does not just fail to help. It actively drains volume, pulls the eye downward, and compresses the very areas of your face where you most need lift and light. This is not a small thing. This is the one that matters most. Here is the mistake, and it is one of the most common I see on women in this age group. The blunt one-length cut. It feels safe. It looks tidy. It seems like the logical choice for thin hair, because there is less hair to lose at the ends. But a blunt, one-length cut on fine hair creates a hard, unbroken perimeter line that the eye reads as flat. It gives the hair nowhere to move. It presses the weight of all your hair into one visual line at the same length. And that line, in most cases, falls right at jaw level, which is the single worst place for weight to sit on a mature face. Because jaw-level weight in a haircut does the same thing to your face that a too-heavy collar does to a neckline. It stops the eye exactly where you need it to keep moving. It shortens the visual length of your neck. It flattens your cheekbones. It adds visual bulk at the widest point of many mature faces. And the cruel irony is that the tidier and blunter the cut, the more pronounced this effect becomes. Yes, that's specific. Here is what your cut should do instead. For thin hair over 50, the goal is layers that begin above the jaw and fall below it, creating movement at the face without all the weight sitting at one level. A long layer cut that falls just past the collarbone gives the hair somewhere to go. It allows the eye to travel from your cheekbones downward in one smooth visual line, which lifts the face, opens the features, and creates the illusion of fullness through movement rather than mass. Swap a blunt jaw-length bob for a layered cut that falls just past the collarbone with face-framing pieces starting at cheekbone level. That single change in length and structure lifts your cheekbones, restores visible neck length, and allows your hair to move in a way that reads as full, even when it is fine. For maintenance, ask your stylist specifically to dust the ends and repoint the layers every 8 weeks. Fine hair loses its shape faster than thick hair, and a cut that is 2 weeks past its prime will start to collapse. 8 weeks is the number that keeps the shape working for you. There is one thing about the final step that nobody in this space says plainly, but it is the step that holds everything together, or lets everything fall apart. That is next. Part 4. The finishing step that holds everything together. Everything you have done up to this point, the gentle drying, the correct product at the root, the layered cut that moves beautifully, all of it can be undone in the last 60 seconds of your styling routine. Not undone slowly, undone completely. In one step. Most women with thin hair end their styling routine by smoothing everything down. They run a brush through the finished style to neaten it. They pat the top of their hair flat to reduce the volume they just spent 10 minutes creating. They finish with a spray that locks everything down and coats the surface in a hard, shiny shell. And then they look in the mirror and wonder why it looks flat by noon. Here is the truth. Thin hair needs texture at the finish, not smoothness. Smooth is the enemy of full. Smooth takes every strand and aligns it perfectly parallel to every other strand. And when every strand is parallel, the hair reads as a flat, single surface. Texture interrupts that. Texture makes individual strands visible. Texture creates the optical illusion of density that thin hair simply cannot create through volume alone. So here is the final step, and it takes under 30 seconds. Once your blowout is complete, take a very small amount of a lightweight texturizing product, a dry texture spray, a fine hair sea salt spray with no oil, or even a light hold dry shampoo if you prefer, and work it through the mid-lengths with your fingertips using a gentle scrunching or raking motion. Not smoothing, raking. The direction matters. Work upward through the hair, lifting sections slightly away from the scalp as you go. This breaks the smooth alignment of the strands and creates visible separation and texture that reads as fullness from across the room. Write this one down. Then, and this is the part most women skip, use your fingertips to gently lift the roots at the crown one final time after the texture product is in. Not with a brush. With the pads of your fingers. Just lift, hold for 2 seconds, release. That tiny amount of root movement after the final product locks the lift in place. A brush flattens it. Your fingers preserve it. If you are still finishing with a smoothing brush and a hard hold spray, swap it for a lightweight texture spray and your fingertips. The hands-only finish for the final 30 seconds preserves everything you built. And if you must use a spray to set the style, choose a flexible hold formula, not a hard lacquer. Your hair should still move after the spray. Movement reads as fullness. Stillness reads as flat. For maintenance, keep a travel-size dry texture spray in your bag. Afternoon flatness is real for thin hair, and a 30-second refresh at the root at midday extends your style by hours without adding weight. You now have all 4 steps: the gentle press dry, the root-only product, the layered cut that moves, and the texture finish that holds. None of them require more time. All of them require you to know exactly what you are doing. And now you do. You just learned 4 specific, actionable steps that most women with thin hair over 50 spend years piecing together from guesswork. And you did it in one sitting. The gentle press dry that protects every strand from the very first second. The root-only product placement that builds lift where it is actually created. The layered cut that lets your bone structure speak instead of hiding behind a flat perimeter. And the texture finish that keeps everything alive for hours. You did not just watch a video. You changed how you will stand in front of your mirror tomorrow morning. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 4 steps were you skipping without knowing it was costing you volume? Next time, we are going into the one color placement mistake that quietly ages women over 60 more than almost anything else. And it is not what you would expect. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I will see you in the next one.